I used to look after Penny. Penny had Alzheimer's. So while the days could be calm and gentle, the nights was something else. Penny would get up in the middle of the night, sometimes early hours of the morning, and she'd be walking around for hours. Hours. She'd open drawers, she'd take the clothes out, she'd put them back in, and she'd take them out again, and she'd put them back in. But worst of all, she'd go to the kitchen and empty the fridge. So take out all the fridge, put the fridge on the table, put it back in. Sometimes she'd eat some of it, not much, just a nibble. One day I found her trying to turn the gas cooker on. And that was when I thought, oh, this could get dangerous. So I asked the GP if he could give her a sedative. But he said no because of the too many risks of falls and confusion, which could make things worse. And I agreed, I understood. But I was scared. What was I supposed to do? How was I going to keep Penny safe? I didn't want to have to lock the kitchen because this was her house and she might get upset or distressed and start banging on the doors. So I didn't want that to happen. In the end, to keep her safe, I did lock it. I had to lock it because safety had to come first. I also had to switch the gas cooker off at the mains. I also then asked the family to purchase a sensor mat, which went beside the bed. So every time she stepped out of bed, she would step on it, and then it would alert me in my room where I was sleeping that Penny was up, and I would get up and go and support her with whatever she wanted to do. So instead of trying to force her back to bed, I'd sit with her. I'd just sit with her and just hold her hand. And sometimes, when she was in the mood, she'd have a Horlicks, which she loved. And I'd make her Horlicks and she'd drink it happily. So all in all, it was about the calm, the presence, and not control. It was about making sure that you were there, listening, or just being there with her. So we made up our own nighttime routine, which worked some nights and some nights it didn't. We'd have soft lights on in the house, just soft lights, not harsh lighting. No TV after 8, because, TV can be disruptive. And I'd spray lavender spray on her bedding because, lavender spray or lavender is supposed to be calming. So I'd spray that on her pillows and her bedding. And sometimes she loved a warm flannel on her face. And these little cues helped her body know it's time to rest. So after some time, I asked the GP for a full review because I felt we couldn't carry on the way we were going. Although we'd put all these things in place, there were still nights when she still wouldn't sleep and she'd be walking all night. So we explored melatonin, which is much, much gentler than a sedative. And that seemed to work. That worked for Penny. But the biggest thing I learned, I couldn't do it alone. I was exhausted. I was tired. So I arranged with Penny's family. They would come in some nights, 2 to 3 nights a week, and relieve me now, and so that I could get some rest. I also found a carers group where I could just be honest. If you're caring for someone like Penny, please know this. You are not alone. There are ways to make it safer. There are ways, and you deserve support too. I'm grateful for my time with Penny. I'm so grateful. And I hope that what I learned can help someone else too. Be kind.